Woe to you, O earth and sea.
It's the Hop Nation
USA Podcast.
Welcome, Hop Nation USA, to episode 128. We're talking nitro beers. I'm here with Adam.
Of course.
And Steve.
Hello.
And I'm Kelsey, your lovely guest host for this episode.
Hey.
Yay.
Yes.
Kelsey's back.
I am back.
Yeah.
And we are happy to have you
I
back.
feel like it's been a while.
It's been too long.
Katie said the same thing last time she was on, and it had only been a month, so I'm going to say it's only been a month.
That sounds about right. That
And it
sounds
was a
about right.
long month then.
Yeah. No kidding.
We just keep Yins rotating at about a month, and then you miss it, and you forget what you're doing, and then you come back and you go, it's been a while.
I should go back. I should still participate.
Wait, was my last episode with Katie?
It might have been. You actually might have been gone for more than a
Yeah.
month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to say.
Yeah.
We'll call it a month and a half.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's been too long then.
Agreed. So we're going to have to raise our glasses with some nitro beers.
You get
Yes.
your re-up.
That's right.
Oh, thanks,
That's right.
guys.
You're welcome back in the club.
Finally. Anyway, nitro beers.
Nitro beers. Yes. The first one that we're going to have comes all the way from Scotland.
Okay.
The land of Scots.
The land of the Scots.
Yes.
Okay.
Caber tosses, tartars,
Uh-huh.
all that good stuff.
Kilts.
Uh-huh.
Kilts, yes. Belhaven Black is what we're going to be having. It is a Scottish stout, and it is on nitro. And we'll get into what a nitro beer is here coming up in a second segment. But first things we want to do is drink beer.
Drink beer, yes.
So we're going to. So we got ourselves a nice tall boy.
Yeah.
If you've listened to previous episodes.
Previous episodes, we learned that tall boys are pounder cans.
Yes, a 16-ounce can. Kelsey, you should have listened to that episode. You'd have known about that. Get with the times.
Ouch.
Get up with the dictionary.
That's right.
Well, thank you for re-educating me then,
That's
since
right.
I may be a few episodes behind.
You have been re-edutained.
Re-edutained.
So some quick numbers because everybody wants to know about that.
Yes.
4.2.
Okay,
Oh.
so
That's an ABV.
this is Scottish Guinness?
I guess you could say that. Don't tell them that.
Yeah, I know. I'm sure people will get mad.
Yes.
The Irish will get mad. The Scots will get mad.
And the English won't care.
Yeah, and I won't care because we're across the ocean, so
True.
Far enough away.
do something about it.
No. Let's
No, we
let's
don't
not
want.
let's not challenge the Scottish and Irish people.
You bunch of rosy-cheeked skirt wearers.
Nope.
Nope. Try again. 10 IBUs. I'm trying desperately to get away from this conversation. Steve.
Get him.
Kidding. We're not doing this.
All right, well, looking at this one, it looks like Scottish Guinness.
Yes, it does.
It does.
I mean,
yes.
it looks a little bit darker, I'll be honest.
I think the body looks darker and the head looks a little bit lighter.
Yes.
It's not a complete tan. It's like a very,
It's like a milky tan.
like a milky beige.
Milky beige.
Shades of
Milky
beige.
Milky beige.
On the nose, it's definitely got some malt to it.
Yes, it does.
I get a little bit of roastiness off that.
A skosh. A skosh.
A skosh. I'm going to try this.
Yeah, I can find that roastiness now.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
that plays nicely with the smoothness of the nitro.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it does.
And I think that works well together. So I'm gonna go ahead and say the Belhaven Black Scottish Stout on nitro is a winner. I like it.
I'm going to say it's okay. I don't know. I still think I like Guinness a lot more.
I like Guinness
Okay.
a lot more, but I'm just going to say it. I'm going to be with Steve here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it kind of feels like we just got the Big Lots.
You feel?
Big Lots isn't bad. Aldi brand isn't bad. It's just
No Trader Joe's.
right. It's just not the best. Like Big Lots is stuff that sit around for a little bit, or Aldi brands are just a little bit off in some way, and that's what this feels like. This either feels like it's a Guinness and been sitting around for a bit, or it's just kind of the off brand. It's not terrible.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. Well, I like it.
It's fine. You can like it.
And I'm going to.
Nobody's bashing you, but you also probably like Bremer hot sandwiches.
I mean, why not lean pockets?
Lean Pockets are still the same company.
I know, but they're in a green box,
Right.
So it means they're
that's,
healthier.
That's still all the same company. Bremer is the Aldi brand.
Oh, I didn't actually
of
know
pocketed
that.
sandwiches.
Of pocketed sandwiches.
Yeah.
Speaking of Hot Pockets, do you guys watch Gourmet Makes on the Bon Appetit YouTube channel by any chance?
I do.
I do not.
Okay, well, Adam, you need to start watching this.
Okay.
Because Claire is a genius, and she recreates popular food like candies and whatnot. So she just recently did a gourmet Hot Pocket episode, and it was
Nice.
delightful.
All right, I'm about to get in on that.
I watch a lot of the Bon Appetit YouTube channel.
Me too. I really love Brad too.
Yeah.
On It's Alive.
Brad's amusing.
Yeah.
And they just had they do an episode that's basically chef back to back with a celebrity.
With Carla.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And so like the chef will walk you through a recipe, but you don't get to watch it. You just have to listen to the chef. And
I actually kind of like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot.
well, they just did an episode with Braun Strowman,
Yeah.
Oh, very nice.
and it's pretty hilarious.
It's. I haven't watched that one yet. I saw that pop up today.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. So
Yeah. Yeah. So, Adam, takeaway,
Yes.
and listeners, takeaway, go check out Bon Appetit on YouTube. Not sponsored in any way.
Free plug.
not in any way.
But Bon Appetit, if you want to get together with us and like, go
Feel
through
free to
some
send
beer,
Brad over, yeah.
Yeah. We'll take anyone.
We'll take anyone.
I'll take anyone, but
Yeah. We'll take Brad. We'll take Alex.
feel free to send Brad because he says Wooder.
He does.
Oh no!
He's a
Is he
total-
from Philly?
No, he's from
No.
Jersey.
North Jersey,
yeah, close
actually.
enough.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
yeah. Back to this beer though,
Yeah.
just for
It's not as heavy as Guinness. Like, I will give it that. It's like a lot lighter, I feel like. But
Yeah.
I think that's where I'm losing some of the flavor that I want it to have.
that's exactly what I was gonna say.
So we'll get into that in segment 2 of why that is.
Okay.
Tease.
I don't think it applies actually.
No, but I just wanted to say I got information for segment 2.
That's fine. You can say you have to. We're gonna get into everything nitro.
Yes.
in
Well, not
segment
everything
2,
nitro.
but
We'll get there.
it Guinness is also on nitro.
Yes, I know.
So
Yes, I know.
So your posit is not good. But yeah, it you were right though, Adam, when you said earlier that the nitro works really well with this. Even though it's not as flavorful as Guinness, it still works very smoothly.
Yes.
And it drinks very smoothly.
Yes, it does.
And it has, when it presents itself with the cascade that
Very
it's common.
picturesque.
Yeah, it's very picturesque. Check it out on Instagram at Hop Nation USA. You'll
Like
see
us.
it there.
Follow us.
Yeah. But it also has like the really tight bubbles like it should.
Yep.
So yeah, it pours well as a knockoff Guinness.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
So-
yeah, just flavor wise, it's not quite there.
Well then, it's time for those 3 little letters. The N, the N, and the N. News, notes, and neat.
What do we want to start with?
We'll start with the Great American Beer Fest.
Okay.
They had one.
Yeah, that was last week.
Yay.
Yeah.
Beer.
Everybody had a good time.
Yes.
I'm assuming.
Especially the people that won.
Right.
That came in second.
That's when they give out the medals. I've seen it referred to in different publications as the Oscars of beer.
Oh.
I don't know how true that is.
I-
I just saw some writer write it, and I was like, I don't know about that.
Yeah.
Imagine if they gave out little statues instead of medals, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
Like
could be
little
nice.
beer mug, like little beer cans or beer mugs, or like something in gold, and you get
The
that.
Golden Keg.
Somebody gives out the golden cake
Yeah.
somewhere.
And if they don't, then we'll start doing it.
Yeah.
Yes.
The Golden Keg Awards.
Didn't Wiggle give out a golden keg, actually?
I thought they just gave out an actual keg.
Well, they did both.
Oh,
they
okay.
both. I think they had a keg award, but they also had a keg prize.
Oh, all right.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't know.
That's it.
I could be
Look at you,
wrong.
Wiggle.
Ask Jake Beer. I'm pretty sure he won it.
Yeah. Yeah, he did because we were right next to him getting our asses whipped.
Yes.
So the Great American Beer Fest happened 2019. There was a whole bunch of categories. I only want to talk about Pennsylvania beers
Okay.
Okay.
That's fine.
because that's the only information I have.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. There were 7 beers that were awarded out of the Great Commonwealth of Pennsylvania.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll give you information on 3 of those.
Okay.
And we're going to take half credit for a 4th one here in the Pittsburgh area.
Half credit on the 4th. Who's the 4th? I know.
Would you just want me to lead off with that one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so the 4th one was a gold medal winner in the Imperial Red category number 70, Fatheads with the Bonehead Red.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Why are we taking half credit on that one?
Half credit because, I mean, Fatheads is well associated with Pittsburgh.
Okay.
But it was actually brewed in Ohio.
Why aren't we taking half credit on the other Bentles they
Yeah.
won?
I thought they only won the one.
No, they won 3.
Oh, shit. Well, my research sucks.
I even knew that.
I didn't know that.
Oh, boo.
Oh, I only saw the one. All right.
Yeah, no, Fatheads actually took home 3.
Oh.
Let's jump back to PA for a second.
Yes, let's do that. 'Cause that's where I was concentrating.
Yeah.
So, we'll start with the bronze medal winner. There were 3 here in the Pittsburgh area. Bronze medal winner in the English style, Brown. Helltown came in with the bronze medal for their mischievous Brown.
Yes.
That was out of 67 entries. So
Okay.
congratulations to them. Let's see here. Category 26, which was the Brett.
Yeah.
Cellarworks out of Sarver came home with the silver for their St. Eldritch.
Yeah. Cellarworks. Good shit.
Yes. Yes.
They got that 50-foot robot, and then they got that other stuff that they've been bringing. It was at the Beers of the Berg. It was a really good sour. I was super
yes.
surprised.
And the gold medal winner here in the Pittsburgh area in category number 49, the German style dark lager, was Church Brewworks with their Pious Monk Dunkel.
Ah, yes.
Yes, and that was out of 127 entries in that category.
Bravo.
So congrats to all of those folks and breweries that entered and took home some hardware here from the Pittsburgh area.
Yeah.
Nice.
And the other Pennsylvania brewers that won were Free Will, 2SP, Swashbuckler, and New Trail.
Oh,
Yeah. They also won awards, also from PA, totaling 7 medals
Yes.
out of Pennsylvania, which is up from last year's 5.
go PA.
Hooray. A couple other notable ones. California took home 68 medals.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, California.
Right. Colorado took home 40, and Ohio hit their pinnacle of all-time wins in 15.
Oh.
And as I mentioned, Fatheads took home 3.
Yes.
So they had the Imperial Red, they had a fresh hop IPA, and they had a smoke beer.
Yeah. All right.
I feel like Colorado should have more than 40, but maybe not.
I'm going to assume it's based on population only and number of breweries.
Well, here's the interesting thing about all this as to why I saw this brought up on the internet, in the social media, in the complaining, in the
Oh, yes.
So if you look at the hazy and juicy categories this year, only 3 of the winners were from kind of the northeast New England area,
Okay.
and none of them start with Trillium or Treehouse.
Oh.
Yeah, and somebody brought that up online as like, oh, did they even bother entering?
Well, did they?
I don't think so.
Okay.
And part of the reason is they have nothing to win by doing that. There's nothing to gain by them doing that because they already have the circle jerk.
The notoriety.
Right. They have the notoriety for having the best hazy and juicies. So why would they enter and possibly lose?
True.
Great point.
Yeah.
Great point.
But I would like to think that if you think you're the best, prove that you're the best.
Right.
Put it out there.
But then you also, the thing is, it's sort of subjective. You know what I'm saying? This isn't Usain Bolt running the 100.
That's true. That's true. But if you're going to go around and other people are going to say that you're the best, you know, there has to be a reason behind that.
Yeah, I'm just saying judging is too subjective. You know, Usain Bolt runs 9 seconds.
Right.
You can't argue.
True. This is very true.
You can't argue. If, you know, you get a bunch of people who can, like, recognize what a treehouse is.
Right.
If somebody can, you know, pick out treehouse and say, that's meh.
So-
or if somebody's judging and they run into treehouse on the back end and their palate's already burned out.
yeah.
You know, I don't think you necessarily get the same fair judging in beer competitions that you would in other provable I'm the best.
Well, yes, I understand that it is subjective versus objective. I understand that. But I'm gonna kind of disagree with you in the thought process that okay, it's a subjective judging. I don't want to expose myself to that, especially since the hazy and New England IPA styles are newer, are they not? In terms of the beer guidelines and the categories.
Mm-hmm. It's only been judged for like 2 years.
Right, exactly. So if these are the breweries that have essentially championed these styles, which I would say they are, they have brought these styles to the forefront, then the style should reflect their beers, correct?
Right.
So in that regard, since they've essentially not created, but they've championed the style, then they should have the ability to create the closest style to what the guidelines are, and therefore should be able to go in there and have a strong showing.
Right. That's theoretically yes.
Right. So in that regard, I think it's kind of a if that is the reason that they didn't enter a beer, or assuming that this is all assuming they didn't enter a beer for that particular reason. I think that's a poor reason to do it.
Yeah, you can say that. If I'm trying to just maintain the illusion,
there could be that. Yeah.
I mean, it's not the illusion, because I can't say one way or the other, because I've never really. We only had the one Treehouse beer on here, and I didn't like it. And it wasn't even the Julius or whatever. It wasn't any of those.
Right.
But if you're just trying to maintain your beer advocate, stroke and all of that, like, it's not. I just don't see how it's worth it to you to not bring home a gold when you know it's very possible you can't.
I see what you're saying. There are definitely two sides to this argument, but to me, if you are one of the breweries that helped to establish this style, then perhaps that is another way to continue that style being, accelerated in the beer market, is saying, yes, okay, we're going to help, we're going to participate, we're going to be part of this, part of the growth of it in this category by going to the Great American Beer Fest and putting our beer out there. I doubt they're going to be putting out a bad beer.
No, they won't put it in a bad beer. I think the real question is it becomes how much can you really tell the difference between, what is the real difference between that and another one, and also consider the number of entries. I don't know the number of entries in that category.
I don't either,
but I can guarantee it's a lot more than, what was it, Helltown overcome 60 other people?
67.
Yeah. Okay, I can guarantee it's probably in the hundreds.
Probably. For
IPAs, and especially juicy IPAs.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know. Again, that's more of a risk that you're taking. If this was 2015, 2014...
You bet your ass they better be out there.
Yeah, they should definitely be in there, putting their beers. But because the style wasn't established within the GABF guidelines until after there was already a shitload on the market...
Right.
They don't have the advantage.
No, you're right. They don't have the advantage, but if they are still considered one of the best out there in that style, then they should be out there with that beer.
You're also only giving away 3 medals.
Right. Actually, not even necessarily 3, because there are some categories where only had 2 medals awarded.
Okay. Yeah, so still, if you're only giving away 3 medals out of hundreds of entries,
right?
I don't know.
Now another point is, and this is actually a bit contrarian to my argument, but I'm going to say it anyways, is if they don't win a medal, is that really going to affect their stature within the beer community on the New England and hazy IPAs? If somebody says, guess what? There was a brewery out in, I'll say, Kentucky, that won gold in that category. Mm-hmm. Are they instantly going to turn off of Trillium or Treehouse and say, no, hot garbage, they're done, they're old and busted, I'm going to Kentucky where the new hotness is?
No, they're not going to turn on them. No, right. I think it's just more about losing the mystique.
Possibly.
Yeah, I think it's just more about losing the mystique. And hey, whatever. It doesn't bother me one way or the other.
No, I think we're getting a little more riled up over this than really.
I'm not riled up. I'm not riled up. I just think it's interesting that companies wouldn't try to participate in that way, but I understand why they don't participate in that way.
Right.
If they have like really nothing to gain from it.
Right.
Yeah. And if they think like, because again, I don't know, most of those beers they really aren't that interesting to begin with, you know?
Right.
So I if I had to judge, I could tell like how it'd be really hard because you got to go through what 70 fucking shitty ones that have no flavor to them.
I can't imagine being a judge in this though. Like
Yeah.
just the amount of beer first off, and then two, just palate burnout. Like, is judging all done in one day? Is it done over a series of days, or
It's
like
definitely not one day. I
Yeah.
don't know how the exact process works, but I know
can you
it's a
revisit
while.
beers that you already tried? Like,
Now, that would be interesting, right?
I'm just wondering because, like, if you're okay, let's say you're drinking, I don't know, a style of beer that has 50 entries in it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, by the time you get through like 15, 20 that day, like, palate's pretty shot at that
Right.
point. Like,
Yeah.
and then you come back and it's like, okay, but I don't really remember 18, 19, 20. Can I go back and try those again and then start my day? You know?
Yeah, I also think like they break up the judging
Yeah.
into different groups.
Yeah.
Yes.
'Cause,
I
like,
think you would have to.
Yeah. So like I think maybe some of the more refined palates
Yeah.
might be saved for later on in the
Right.
competition.
Like when it's down to like the top 10 or something
Right.
in a category, it's like, okay, today we have the most refined, distinguished palates, the beer sommeliers, if
Yes.
you will.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You call in.
The high level cicerones.
Yeah. You call in the closers.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah.
You can tell you what hop strain this is from and where it was grown.
Mm-hmm.
Those people.
Those people.
You know, it was a wet season that year.
How do I get to be one of those people?
Lots of booze.
No, lots of money.
Lots of money.
Lots of money.
Lots of booze and
Cicerone, lots of Cicerone certification is expensive. Very expensive.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it was cheaper for me to get into Mensa than it was to become like a level 1 Cicerone. So
Wow.
I'll just drink beer and have my opinions.
that's right.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna have my opinions about it.
I'm a man with an opinion and a microphone.
That makes me right.
Yeah.
Cool.
There you go.
All right. Well, shorter news story.
Yes.
Okay.
More important for the timely, I would say. If you're listening to this on a Friday,
As you should.
then the Breaking Bad movie El Camino came out
Yes.
on the
Ooh.
Netflix. Yes.
You've got that, right, Kelsey?
The Netflix?
Yeah.
Kelsey has them all.
Yes.
I know. It was a rhetorical question.
Yeah.
Adam, do you have the Netflix?
Nope.
Adam has Prime.
I do have Prime.
Okay, this is a step in the right direction, but
Steve has a VPN.
Steve has his ways.
so we have both extremes here. then.
Yes.
Yes, I'm very excited about this.
Okay, well, get double excite because they are actually releasing Schraderbrau.
What?
Yes.
All right, I'll play this role. Steve, what is Schraderbrau?
Well, for those who remember Breaking Bad, the character of Hank, Schrader,
Yeah.
he was a home brewer.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
And he made his own beer, Schraderbrau.
All right.
Yes. So yeah, Sony contracted a brewery in California to produce Schraderbrau, and they even sent Dean Norris, the actor who played Hank, to participate in the brewing process.
Right.
I
on.
love it.
Yeah, they came up with a 6.2 ABV Marzen, and it was brewed in California by the Figueroa Mountain Brewing Company.
Okay.
Yes, and you should be able to get it in time to watch El Camino.
This Friday.
If you're listening on a Friday, as you should, you might have to wait a little bit for shipping because you can buy it off craftshack.com.
Craftshack.com.
They're willing to ship it.
They will ship it around the country.
Really?
Ooh.
Yes.
Interesting.
Or if you live in New Mexico, you can go buy it at Costco.
Which
2
is
weeks in a
amazing.
row.
2 weeks in a row, Costco's got them good deals.
Hop Nation USA bringing you the latest in Costco news.
We got you, Costco. Costco news.
We need that Costco money.
We need just Costco to sell beer.
Right. Yeah, well, baby steps.
Yeah.
What do you mean? Kirkland's brand beer is
I'd drink it.
I don't think I'd drink that.
I'd drink
Wait,
it.
have you had it?
No.
No.
I'd drink it.
I would drink Kirkland vodka.
Yeah.
But that's
Kirkland
because it's
wine's
vodka.
Not bad.
Right.
That's just because it's vodka.
Yeah.
Like
The-
vodka, you just mix. I don't.
I've had Kirkland Light before.
Really? Not
No good.
No good.
not top of the pops, huh?
No.
There you go. Extra beer review, everybody.
Yeah.
Kirkland Light, no
Yeah.
good.
That one's
Give
for
me an
free.
icy light any day.
There's a bonus. But yeah,
All right.
and some retailers in California will have it too.
Right.
I can't tell you where, but
I'm curious. I assume you can get it at the brewery as well.
possible,
I would
probably.
assume so. Yeah.
Yeah, they're mostly bottling it in. I believe it's mostly in 22-ounce bottles, actually. But
Okay.
yeah,
Right on.
but classic Marzen. So maybe hold off on watching the movie if you're just now receiving this news.
Yes.
Right.
But otherwise, yeah.
Right on.
Very excited.
Yes.
Maybe I'll hold off
Schraderbrau.
on watching it so I can get my Schraderbrau.
Schraderbrau.
Bringing it all right back to where we began. The Belhaven Black, the Scottish Stout. What do you guys think?
It's okay.
Okay. Kelsey?
It was okay.
Okay. I liked it.
Yeah,
I got no beef with it.
yeah. I already said it's just kind of like off-brand Guinness.
Okay.
But it's still, I mean, off-brand Guinness is still better
pretty
than
good.
Kirkland Light.
I heard that on a review one time on this podcast
Right.
I listened to.
Yeah, it's still better than just other stuff that I don't drink. So yeah,
Makes sense. All right. Well, with that riveting review, we will be taking a break, and we'll be right back. We're going to have us another Nitro in the chamber ready to go when we come back. First Sip Brew Box is a one-of-a-kind subscription service for craft beer lovers based right here in Pittsburgh. Every month, First Sip will send you a box full of craft beer enthusiast essentials, including t-shirts, glassware, and even food. Right now, our friends at First Sip Brew Box have an offer for you. Just sign up for a 3-month subscription and get your 4th month free. Just enter the code HOPUSA when you sign up at firstsipbrewbox.com. That's HOPUSA at checkout to get your 4th month free at firstsipbrewbox.com.
Welcome back to episode 128 of Hop Nation USA.
That's right. If we were BMW, we would be a tiny car.
is that what?
The 128 is a tiny little car.
Okay,
It is.
Yeah.
It's a very tiny little car.
how tiny?
For you, it would be a pair of shorts.
Neat. So it is one of those cars that is used in the World's Strongest Man competition.
You could use it, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
granted, it's bigger than the Isetta, but it's a tiny car.
Okay,
Yeah.
good for it.
So there you go. There's your BMW news.
I don't know that that's news.
To you, it was.
Well, to me, yeah. I don't know that that's news either. I think that's just a factoid.
BMW fact.
Here's more cars you can't fit in.
Mini Cooper.
Yeah.
Fiat.
I was almost going to say Pontiac Sunfire, but I know for a fact that that's not true.
I can barely fit in a Sunfire. I don't
Right.
think I could drive one, though.
No.
Yeah.
Tiny little car.
Yeah.
Anyways, we're talking beers.
Nitro beers. To be
Nitro
exact.
beers. Yes.
And if I was listening correctly in segment 1, I think we're going to learn all about those in this segment.
Not all about them, but a little bit.
A little bit. Well,
I don't
this
want to
is
oversell.
At least 20 minutes worth of learning.
perfect.
Okay.
Or
Well-
maybe 15 minutes worth of learning.
And 5 minutes of chit chat.
Yeah.
Well-
Dicking around and tangential talking.
Well, while we learn, I think we should have a beer.
I
Okay.
agree.
Yeah, this beer is really going to tie the conversation together, if you will.
Ooh.
Yes, this is from our good friends at Left Hand Brewing Company in Longmont, Colorado, and it is their White Russian Nitro. It's stout with coffee and vanilla added.
Shit, yeah.
Hooray.
Yeah.
I mean, heck yeah. I'm not allowed to swear. I forgot.
Yeah. You don't have to work blue.
That's
You're
right.
better than that.
I know.
It's okay, Adam.
Heck yeah.
There you go.
IBUs are 20. ABV is 8.9%.
Hurrah.
Oh, this is double what the last one was.
Hurrah.
Right?
More flavor.
Yeah, so hopefully, unlike Donnie, this beer is not out of its element and fits right into this episode.
That's right.
Hooray. Well, it is still a nitro beer. So
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Well, we're going to get this open and see how it
get it
tastes.
drinking. All right. Well, looking at this one is not what I expected.
It is totally not like the
It's
last one.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it is really nice. But it says on the can, White Russian Stout with coffee. Oh, okay.
It's a white stout.
I found it. Yeah, it is a white stout. That's the thing. I was looking for something that said white stout. It says white stout at the very top of the can.
Mhm.
At
the beginning.
At the beginning. But it doesn't say it. It says White Russian Stout. So it got confused for a
Sorry,
second.
it's a white stout.
Yes, it is a
Modeled
white
after
stout.
a white Russian.
Yes.
I feel
It's-
like the dude would enjoy this.
It's clear.
Yeah.
It's very clear.
Yeah, once all the bubbles, I guess is the word you would use.
Yes, as the bubbles unbubble.
Yes.
The
it
head
has
dissipates.
Yes, thank you. Dissipates.
welcome.
That was the word I was looking for.
You're welcome.
Yeah, it reveals a very very nice looking beer.
Yeah, it's a deep gold, and like I said, it's got great clarity on it.
It's when you have that layer of head on top of it, that nitro head makes it very picturesque.
Yeah, it makes it differently picturesque too, because you don't usually see beers this bright with a nitro head to it.
Yeah.
Right.
It's nice.
It's a nice change of pace.
Smelling it, you get the coffee.
It smells good.
Yeah, the more you smell, the more that coffee comes out.
Wow. Okay, so I took a taste of it. There's a lot going on there.
Ooh, Jesus.
There's a lot going
There's a
on.
lot going on.
It's good.
Yeah.
Ooh.
It's complex.
Wow. It does not seem to have the same smoothness that the Belhaven Black had. To me, it does not have that same level of creaminess.
Really? Because that's all
What?
I'm getting.
No, to me, like on the actual mouthfeel, it does not feel quite as smooth.
Okay, on the mouthfeel, it seems a little light, but
Yeah.
like when you swallow it and it gets down your tongue, it's just nothing but like a creamy slip and slide.
Oh, I agree
It
with
just
that.
coats my mouth.
I
and
agree
it's
with
just
that.
like-
Yes,
yeah, yeah. It coats your mouth in velvet.
it's kind of neat.
Yeah,
This is really good.
Yeah,
it's the
you brought extra, right?
nope. Damn. Coffee flavor is pretty strong, but it's not overly bitter.
Right.
And then the vanilla back end it's very pronounced. Like it makes it a little more creamy and sweeter than you would actually find with a White Russian.
Yes.
But I guess it does a really good job of replicating what a White Russian would be.
And I can see where this beer would be very dangerous in terms of booziness. Because yes, it's 8.9%.
8.9.
That's near as makes no difference 9% beer.
Yeah, you taste nothing of that.
Yeah, no.
Right. I've had beers with less ABV that are much more hot
Yeah.
Yeah.
than this one.
Yeah, you taste nothing of the ABV in this one.
Yeah, so
it's just
danger,
straight
danger.
Yeah.
straight dessert time.
Yeah.
This would be really good with vanilla ice cream. This would be really good paired with like a cheesecake.
Ooh.
yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
I'm
So
in
you get
on
like
that.
that little bit of tart sourness from the cream cheese and the cheesecake, but it's like still dessert and it's still creamy. But I feel like this with that vanilla back note and like the little bit of coffee could break through that really nicely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm in on that. All right.
I'm very impressed.
Yeah. I like it. I think we
Tasty.
should just stop the episode now, go get some cheesecake. Sorry, Hop Nation, you get half an episode.
Weren't.
Sorry. Sorry. Episode over.
Adam continues to push back his work that he did for this segment.
Yeah. Just keeps pushing back.
Work.
Excuses.
Air quotes.
Excuses.
So I guess we can get into Nitro.
Yes. Why is Nitro?
Why is Nitro? Well, let's start off with what is Nitro.
Okay, what is Nitro?
There are some people that actually don't know what Nitro is when they see a Nitro beer.
That's because they were born after the American Gladiators was on TV.
Right.
That's true, or they're not a fan of drag racing.
Or they don't know what Fast and the Furious is.
That's nitrous.
Everybody knows what Fast and Furious is too.
Yeah, danger to manifold. So what is a Nitro beer? Nitro beer is when you use nitrogen
Nitrogen.
rather than carbon dioxide or CO2 for those in the know to carbonate the beer.
Yes.
Yes. So what that means is, and a lot of times if a beer is carbonated, you carbonate it with CO2 either naturally through the changeover from sugars to alcohol from your good friend yeast.
Yes, fermentation will definitely produce the carbonation, but you can also force it.
Yes, you can force it, and that's actually how you would utilize the nitrogen. Nitrogen would be force carbonated because nitrogen does not occur naturally in beer.
Right.
Right.
So you got to put it in there yourself. So what does it do? And we've already kind of talked about it, obviously, with our tastings here. What it does is it provides a velvety smooth texture, and it creates a thicker, creamier head. If you take a look on our Twitter or on the Instagram account of Hop Nation USA, you'll see the photos of the beers just as they were poured. You'll see the difference, especially in the head. And where that comes into play is the bubbles. The
bubbles.
The bubbles. The bubbles are much smaller in a nitro carbonated beer rather than a CO2 carbonated beer. And the reason that happens is the nitrogen bubbles do not absorb CO2 that is occurring in the beer. So they maintain a small size. They don't get bigger and bigger as they rise up. So they maintain that smaller bubble size, and that's actually what keeps the creaminess of the beer, is the size of the bubbles. So that's just a little bit of background of what a nitro beer is and what it actually does.
So because the nitro bubbles are smaller, it means that the actual physical space between beer atoms, I guess.
Essentially, that's it. You have smaller bubbles.
Right.
You can pack more in there.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's less physical space, and that's why it occupies more space in your mouth.
It's kind of like putting in grains of sand in a jar versus golf balls.
Mm-hmm. And then filling those jars with coffee and cream.
Yeah.
Vanilla and deliciousness.
And booze.
And booze.
And booze. Yes. I already said it does not naturally occur in beer, so that means that nitro beers had to be invented, not discovered.
Right.
Somebody had to actually go out and do this for a reason. It wasn't something that was all accidental, like where, CO2, okay, well, that's nice, we'll keep it in there due to the fermentation. Who did this? Would you like to know who did this? Because we can pinpoint exactly who the person was that invented and brought this to the market.
Yeah, who this motherfucker is?
No, he is a great man.
Yeah, motherfucker. It's a term of endearment.
Oh, okay.
Who this motherfucker is?
The gentleman is Michael Ash.
All right.
He is a former math professor. He actually has a degree from Cambridge.
Nerd.
Yeah.
Fancy.
Yes, yes. And he came up with that while working for the Guinness brewery.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah. So Guinness was the
First number one.
first number one,
Ichiban.
best known. Ichiban?
That's number one in Japan.
Oh, I didn't know that.
There you go. Edutainment.
It's just number one in my heart.
There you go.
I like the dishes.
Yeah. Well, now you know that you're going to the number one Japanese steakhouse.
That is true.
That's terribly not
No,
true.
that was terribly not. It was
Okay.
like, I want to try that again.
Don't
Steve.
look in the kitchen.
You might be going to the number one Japanese steakhouse in Pittsburgh, maybe.
Yeah, definitely.
Maybe.
No doubt about it. No doubt about it. So Mr. Ash was hired by Guinness in 1951. He was actually brought in not because of his brewing prowess, but because he
He was
was
a nerd.
Yes, exactly.
Because he knew science things.
Yes, exactly. He was brought in as an academic along with several other people because what Guinness wanted to do was they wanted to bring in people who were able to approach problems with a different perspective from what they usually had from their brewmasters.
Scientific method for the win.
A little bit. They wanted to have somebody come in with a fresh eye, look at a problem, and be able to solve it.
Okay.
Makes sense. Now, that's kind of a dangerous move because somebody might come up with an idea and they might run with it and it might completely ruin the beer.
Yeah, but then those people get fired.
This is true. And then they can go back to their
And then
old
you don't
ways.
hear about it.
Right.
I feel like that's what happened with Crystal Pepsi.
Yeah, but they brought that back
Some
again.
dumbass nerd come in, and he was like, "I can make your cola clear." And everybody's like, "All right, we'll try it." Oh, it sucks.
Yeah.
Fired.
Let's bring it back.
Well, then, yeah, the stupid kids brought that back,
The youths.
and now it's gone again.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Damn
Use-
millennials.
Damn Utes.
Or Zennials or whatever the latest craze is. I don't know.
Now we're talking Zoomers, Boomers, and Doomers. That's how you do it now.
Zoomers? Wait.
Zoomers, Boomers, and Doomers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because they're not necessarily generationally tied.
Okay.
They are more mindset tied.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So technically, Adam, I would say you're a bit of a boomer,
Okay.
right?
All right.
I mean, just because of your mindset.
All right. They keep moving these goalposts. I don't know.
I'm
really
trying to
care.
keep you.
Yeah.
That's part of your boomer mindset is you don't know that the goalposts are even moved on you,
Listen, just
and you don't care. That's what boomers do. They just go through life and they don't care. They're just like, things are fine.
Yeah.
Let me just ride my Harley.
Exactly.
Enjoy my pension.
There you go.
And leave me in peace.
Don't
There
touch,
you go.
don't
With
touch
my
my
Rolling
cargo
Stone
shorts.
records.
Don't touch my cargo shorts.
Get off my
gonna
lawn.
That's right.
I'm going to Jimmy Buffett. Anybody who's at a Jimmy Buffett concert, automatic boomer.
Whoa, wait a second.
Ooh.
Oh,
ooh.
sorry, Kelsey.
Wait a second.
Life passed you by. Gotcha. It's a trap. You fell into it.
Jimmy Buffett was my first concert ever.
That sucks.
I went with my dad. It was awesome. I was 8.
I mean, you got to give kind of a pass on that
Did
one.
you get drunk?
She was 8.
No, I didn't get drunk.
Not even secondhand?
No.
Anyways, back to Mr. Michael Ash.
Back to the nerds.
Yes, who was hired on in 1951. He was actually in charge of the tasting room there at St. James Gate.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the problems that they were having, they being Guinness, was what they called the draft problem. What was happening was there were 2 ways that the beer was served, was either in bottles,
Yeah.
which was basically pulled off of the casks, bottled, set off to the side. Whenever somebody wanted one, they'd pull it off, open it, have it in the pub. Or they would have it in the pub itself in a keg. So what they would have to do is they would actually have to use 2 separate kegs to be able to produce one beer. What they would actually have to do is they would have 2 kegs. One was called a high keg. One was called a low keg. The high keg was a newer keg that had a lot more activity in it.
Okay.
And the low keg had it kind of calmed down. It started to condition a bit.
Right.
And they had to mix those together. Usually it was on a 3-to-1 ratio to try to be able to get the right flavors that whomever it was decided what the right flavors were, decided that's what it had to be.
Or just so it wasn't flat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What they ended up doing was Mr. Ash knew that nitrogen was the way to be able to do that, was to be able to replicate that as best as possible. The problem was, how were you going to be able to use it reliably? And that came down to the design of the keg itself for Guinness. So Guinness actually had to come up with several prototypes and provided a whole new keg design. I'm not going to get into that because that's a whole other episode in and of itself. And you could probably find it on 99% Invisible. I'm sure they've done an episode on that. And I'm not going to get into it. I can't compete with them.
Wasn't somebody else more technical for
Yeah,
how the
yeah,
cake
they can put a whole 45 minutes to an hour on that one.
But basically, they designed a new keg and then they forced nitrogen into it.
Yes.
And then Guinness came out good.
Yes.
And then they perfected the pour.
And that happened
Yes.
in 1959 was when the addition of nitrogen for the carbonation was introduced for Guinness. 1959 was, of course, the 200th anniversary of Guinness.
Okay.
So they actually had to rush production and get the prototypes fully prototyped out so that it would be available for the 200th anniversary of Guinness. So that was how they decided that's when it was going to come out. Was it's 200th anniversary, kind of important. We should do something about it.
Okay.
So they did.
They did her new thing.
Yes.
All right.
You had talked about it earlier, the waterfall cascade. That is actually called the Surge.
The Surge.
The Surge.
The surge.
Not a product of the Coca-Cola company.
Not
in the green
anymore.
can.
Not anymore.
Oh, surge.
It's gone again.
Bring back Justa.
Yes.
You've been told twice.
The Justa was pretty good. One of the drawbacks, we touched on this a little bit, was the flavor and aroma of nitro beers.
Mm-hmm.
They're a lot more mellow, a lot more subtle.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason behind that is actually the use of the nitrogen rather than the CO2. It's not able to produce the same flavors and aromas as a CO2 carbonated beer. It's not able to flesh those out, so to speak.
Yeah, like we were talking on the one we're drinking now, you can smell a little bit of the coffee flavor, but it doesn't have the same activity and pop, and it just doesn't even like waft the
Yes.
same way.
Yeah.
It's not there until you get to the beer itself, till you
Right.
drink it.
Right.
And then, holy smokes.
No, not smoked coffee.
Well, maybe next year they'll come out with a smoked one.
They might. Who knows? I've seen a number of Left Hand putting out crazy nitros, so.
I'm all about it. In a can, too, right?
Yeah.
In a can. Every once in a while, when you'll have yourself a Guinness, and you've emptied it out, as you should, you'll notice there's that little rattle in the bottom.
A little shaker sound.
Yes, the little shaker. Do you know what that little shaker is actually called, Kelsey?
It is called... Is it a widget?
It is called a widget. Very nice. Did you just read that off the can?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's on the Belhaven black can as well. They too have a widget.
They do have a widget.
Yes, so that is used to be able to keep the nitrogen in there and be able to distribute the nitrogen. What happens is there is a little ball, and I'm basing this off of what Guinness uses, because they're the OGs. They also were the ones that came up with it. Now there are other products. Sam Adams has their own product. Bell, famous for their mason jars, has their own product as well. But I'm going to base this on the Guinness product because they were the OGs. What they have is the widget is a little plastic ball, a little smaller than a ping pong ball. So it's tiny.
Okay.
Okay.
And it has an even smaller hole in it. What they will do is they will force carbonate the can with nitrogen.
So force nitrogenate.
Yes. And what will happen is once it's sealed up, there will be a pressure change, and that nitrogen has to go somewhere. So what will happen is it will go inside the widget
Oh.
through that little hole. And once you're ready to have that cold, delicious beer, you crack that can, and there once again is a pressure change, so where the nitrogen wants to come back out. Because obviously pressure wants to go from high to low.
Yeah.
So that's why all the nitro beers, when you crack them open, sound just a little different
Yes.
than a normal can of beer.
Absolutely, yes. Because that is the nitrogen shooting out of the widget. And every once in a while, you see the widget kind of bounce around a little bit. That's what's happening is the nitrogen is coming out of the widget into the beer and carbonating it. All quick like.
Didn't Guinness for a while do it in glass bottles as well?
Yes.
And I thought the design was a little bit different because it was like a little spinning helicopter tea.
There's some, yeah, there've been some different designs. There's actually been a design for, I believe it was an external
Okay.
nitrogenator. I don't know that it worked very well.
Probably not. You don't see it. It probably costs too much.
Yes.
It's probably like
Exactly.
if it was external, it probably broke off or something like that.
Right. It would just be too much of a mess, especially after you've had 3 or 4.
Yeah.
You're just going to open the beer and drink it. You're not going to bother with an external unit.
No, doesn't make sense.
No, it does not. On draft nowadays, usually it is a mix of nitrogen and CO2. It is not pure nitrogen. It's about a 75% nitrogen, 25% everything else.
Yeah, but you can't run the lines the same.
Right. It has to be its own dedicated system.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now you can run any beer through that,
Yeah.
but you have to be dedicated to a nitrogen line.
Right. And
You can't just swap back and forth easily between CO2 and nitrogen.
And you shouldn't necessarily run any beer through a nitrogenated line either.
No, especially something that is supposed to have a lot of aromas.
Right.
Yeah.
IPAs, I'm looking at you. Sam Adams, I'm looking at you specifically for trying to have a nitro IPA. Don't. It was not good.
I didn't have it.
I did.
That
I
doesn't
tried
even
it.
sound like it would be appealing.
Well,
or tasty.
My thought process was I like nitro beers. Maybe it'll do something to the IPA that I wasn't expecting, and maybe I'll like it. I did not.
It just make bad.
It was. I drank it,
Yeah.
but I didn't go back for another one. I wrote it off immediately.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't have that. I've had some other beers that don't quite work as well. Like lagers don't work very well. Yeah. Mostly stouts and fruit beers
Yeah.
come out pretty well.
I can see a fruit beer being really good on nitro.
The Founders Rubaeus on
That's
nitro.
a real good one.
Yeah. If
That's
you
a real
find
good
it,
version.
get it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll be on the lookout. Maybe not right
As you
now.
should. Well, I mean, yeah, we got the rest of the episode to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can go find it.
Then I'll find it.
Yeah.
Scavenger hunt. Anyway, so circling back to this White Russian white stout with coffee and vanilla. What do we think?
It's white hot.
Wish I had more.
Yeah, it's good.
Ditto.
It's it's a real damn shame.
But we know where you got it,
I do know where I got it.
so we can go get more.
Yes. Yes.
Is it across state lines?
Yes.
For somebody, not necessarily us, because we don't break
Bootlegging.
laws like that.
Bootlegging. You know that's bootlegging, boy.
Dang, Coors east of the Mississippi.
I also appreciate the can because it's a bowling pin and a clear rocks glass.
Oh, yes. This is for sure.
This is all about
a Lebowski reference.
a Lebowski.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Love
I don't know that a single White Russian beer out there that isn't a Lebowski reference, actually.
True.
Right, I don't know of one either.
Because Mindful has their big Lebowski beer.
This is the first one, though, that I felt really captured it properly, though. There's the Mindful one, I don't know.
It's too much vanilla.
It's too much vanilla, and it's very, very thin.
Yes.
As a stout.
This one had a little ass behind it.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
thick.
Yes.
Yeah, this one's a little
Couple
bit.
C's.
Like
You
only,
took the words right out of my mouth.
I feel like only 2 C's.
Yeah, it's a 2C thick.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
2C thick because, like Adam was saying, like up front when you're drinking it, it feels a little thin.
Yeah.
But then eventually it just starts coating your mouth.
Yes.
Otherwise, yeah, it's really good and it's got a lot of flavor and it doesn't skimp on the coffee or the vanilla. And it's very creamy and it's excellent. So drink more. Thanks, Left Hand.
Yeah.
Left hand, send us some.
You the best.
Email it to us at hopnationusa@gmail.com.
Yeah. And email us specs for nitro kegs.
That too.
Yes.
And email us your thoughts on Great American Beer Fest meddling. That will probably get ignored. I'm sorry. It's over. Tell us next October.
Yeah. If you have any additional comments or questions or something else you'd like to know about nitro beers, let us know at the aforementioned email. That is hopnationusa@gmail.com.
On the Twitters.
On the Twitters, it's hopnationusa.
On Instagram.
It's hopnationusa.
I don't know what other social platforms
It's
are
Top
on.
Nation USA on the Facebook.
Oh, on
Yes.
the Facebook.
On
yes.
everything. Yes.
Yeah. Feel free to ask us any questions or whatever.
Yep.
Or just yell at us and call us stupid.
That's fine too. We'll take
Ain't gonna hurt my feelings. I don't give a shit.
No.
That's nice. All right, we'll be right back with our third and final beer of the episode.
It's something spooky.
Because it's spooky season.
Spooky.
Are you tired of watching the same old awesome movies? Are B movies more your style? Then the folks over at They Call This a Movie have you covered. Join us every Thursday as we review the worst of the worst in sci-fi, action, comedy, and more. We are available on iTunes, Stitcher, Spotify, and Podbean at theycalledthisamovie.podbean.com. They Called This a Movie, testing the strength of friendships, one terrible movie at a time.
Welcome back, Hop Nation USA. Segment 3, episode 128. We're on our last nitro beer of the episode,
But not of our lives.
but not of our lives. That's right, because nitros are delicious.
Nitros are retro.
Okay.
Okay.
No, okay. Just let you have that one.
No, I don't want it.
Okay.
Too late.
Self-reflection, I don't want that one.
Too late. It's all yours.
I want you to wear that as a pin.
We're going to put that on a shirt for you.
Yeah.
Nitros are retro.
It's a pin. You have to go to your polling place with that. Nitros or retro. What?
I'm going to change out your voicemail.
I don't like any of this. I wish I didn't say a word.
Yeah, that'll teach you. It's the only way you'll learn.
The more you know.
All right. Our last nitro beer of the evening is seasonally appropriate because it is the Pumking Nitro.
Yes.
This is the new gimmick from Southern Tier.
This is what, year 4, year 5 of the new hotness
Yes.
of whatever the Pumpkin.
Yes, as they continuously introduce new versions of the Pumking every year. This is the new one. I think that last year it was chai.
Yes.
The year before that was cold pressed coffee.
The cold pressed coffee one is very good, though.
Very
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
Somewhere in between there, they introduced the Rum King,
I believe
Also
yeah.
good.
the barrel aged.
Yeah.
So yeah, but yeah, now we're on to Pumking Nitro, and that's because they're basically switching a lot of their dessert beers to Nitro.
Yeah.
Like all of the Blackwater series is going to become Nitro, so
Which kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
yeah, it makes sense. Makes them smoother, makes them nicer, and now the Pumpkin gets that treatment as well.
Yes.
Yeah. This is my first pumpkin of the season.
Well, hopefully it's a good one. Basically, it's still just regular ass pumpkin, but now nitrogenated. 8.6, 33 IBUs.
So this Nitro Pumpkin, guess what? It looks like a pumpkin
Yeah, it looks like regular ass pumpkin.
with a nice looking head.
Yeah, with a different head. It's got a new hat.
It does have a nice new hat.
It's a new crown because he's
New
the
hat.
pumpkin.
That's
A
right.
new hat. Gotcha, crown. You're right.
New
My bad.
year, new you.
My bad. I mean, they even did change the pumpkin little avatar because they have a different one for
The
you know,
Pumpkin.
right? Yeah, this one has a black crown.
Yes.
Oh, I didn't even notice that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yes.
well, that was nice of them.
Yeah.
Do we even really have to describe the Pumpkin? How it looks?
I mean, yeah.
I guess we
Yeah,
should.
we
Yeah, we
Why
are
would we
internationally
stray?
known.
This is true. We are
And this is a very
internationally known.
regional beer.
Yes, and why would we stray from the format that we've done for the other 2 beers in this show?
I demand change.
Not on this episode.
All right, fair enough.
Not this one.
Maybe on episode 129.
We'll see. But
We'll
probably
see.
not.
Probably not. No.
Yeah, looking at it, though, it is a very deep copper color.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty clear, but there's just a little bit of haze through it
Yes.
that makes it hard to see all the way through.
And the head is a classic nitro head. Tiny, tight little bubbles.
Tiny, tight bubbles. It's very white.
Very white. It's like a cloud.
Yeah, it's a nice puffy cloud sitting on top of your deep copper, a pumpkin beer.
Has a nice juxtaposition
Yeah.
between the two.
Smelling it, it does smell like pumpkin still. But
Yeah.
if you don't know what that smells like, it's cinnamon and pumpkin.
It smells like a pumpkin pie.
Yeah.
It's delicious
Yeah.
smelling. Yep, gonna drink it.
It's pumpkin.
Tastes like pumpkin. How about that?
It's a little smoother.
A little smoother, but I almost feel like a little flatter.
Yeah. I feel like you lose some of that aroma and some of that spice that like makes a pumpkin by
Right.
putting it on nitro.
Right.
Not saying that it's bad though.
No, it's not bad because
does-
it's still pumpkin and
Yeah, and it does smooth things out a bit, but and I don't know if it's better than the original. I don't know.
I don't know.
yeah, I don't think it is.
I mean, I'm still gonna drink it.
Yeah, I'm still
I'm
gonna drink it.
because pumpkin is still better than the majority of pumpkin beers
Yes.
that are out
Yes.
there.
Yes, it is still a very good beer.
Right.
I just don't know that it's better than OG Pumpkin.
No, I don't think it is. I think the cold pressed coffee is
That's really good.
that one's champ among the pumpkins.
Do you think this would change at all if we had a little cinnamon sugar rim around it?
Yes.
It would have a little cinnamon sugar around it.
Just asking.
Yes, but we don't have that
Asking
sort
for a
of
friend.
we don't have that sort of production budget around here.
Yeah, I don't think it would improve it that much. It's fine.
I would say it is fine amongst the Pumpkins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As a beer in and of itself, and I think that's something we're kind of getting muddled down with. As a beer itself, it's good.
Yeah, we are technically spoiled by this.
Yes.
Right.
Because it is one of the better pumpkin beers out there.
Yes.
So to say it's just fine is a bit of a misnomer.
Mhm.
It's fine amongst the Pumpkin line.
Yeah. I would say it's definitely better than the chai.
This is definitely better than the chai.
Yes, and I might even say it's a little bit better than the Rum King.
Yeah, I don't
The Rum
feel
King
like
was super hot,
it was super hot.
super boozy.
Yeah.
And you know what? I find that a lot with a lot of rum aged beers.
Yeah.
So I don't think that's just like Pumpkin's fault. I just think like rum aged barrel.
Yeah,
They don't. I don't know. They don't work for me.
yeah. So to say that it's just fine, yeah.
I would throw this in if I had a lineup of all the pumpkins. I would put this in the middle.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I'd put this in the
I
middle.
agree.
Yeah. Otherwise, yeah, it still retains all the cinnamon flavor. It has that that pumpkin pie-ness to it. And yeah,
Good beer.
It's
Nice
good beer.
frothy white head. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah. And again, at 8.6%, it's not boozy.
No,
No.
unlike the Rum King, which was like 13.9.
That's all boozy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's nightmarishly boozy.
It's delicious. But strong.
Especially after you get through the second one, when you don't care about life anymore,
Oh, God.
then you can keep drinking them and
Yeah.
then fall on the floor.
Oof.
Or if you do the whole pumpkin flight, I mean, that's just.
Woof. Yeah.
Again, you got to put that one at the end.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're going to just burn your palate out.
Exactly. Work your way up.
Yeesh. Cool. Well, yeah, it's pumpkin, and that also means it's spooky season. Spooky.
Spooky season is here.
Yes. Last week we did beer and candy pairings.
Yes.
Okay.
That was our spooky segment. This one's different.
Well, thank God for that, because I didn't prepare more candies.
No, this week it's a quiz,
Oh, okay.
and it's beer and movies. Spooky movies.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes. So get your thinking caps on. Kelsey, I feel like you probably watch more horror movies than Adam.
Potentially.
Yeah, you do.
You do simply because Adam doesn't watch movies that aren't Bull Durham.
Fine movie. I don't care what you say.
Okay, yeah. I'm going to say yes, then
Yeah,
I do.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not a big horror movie kind of guy.
Do you not like being scared? Do you not like the suspense, the thrill, the supernatural aspects of some of them? What is it?
Wow, we're getting...
The cussing and the boobs upset him.
It's true. It's true. I like myself a good, clean-cut Christian film. Something with...
Something with
that
Kirk
one
Cameron.
guy. That's the guy.
Something with Kirk Cameron in it. Well, unfortunately, you will be at a severe disadvantage because none of these films have Kirk Cameron in them.
Okay. Well,
No,
I'll
these
do my best.
None of these questions feature him at all. Nothing about the Left Behind series. I'm sorry.
Are you, though?
No, not at all. What I do have is a devious amount of questions that will test your movie and beer knowledge, and that's up against my movie and beer knowledge.
Ooh.
Well, I'm not going to win.
No.
Yeah, I'm not going to win.
I already know
Yes,
this.
I've already decided that it's very possible that you both can and may lose this one.
Okay.
Great.
I can make peace with that as long as you tell me that up front.
Yeah. Standard rule format, though. I got 6 questions. We'll go back and forth.
Mhm.
If you can answer it without getting the hints, you get 2 points. But I do have multiple choice, and if you take the multiple choice, you get 1 point. If you miss it, it'll go to the other
next
person.
Okay.
Okay.
And if you both miss it, I'm not giving you extra chances.
That's fine.
Okay.
That's fine.
That's fair.
So who wants to go first?
Oh, guess first, please.
Guess first? Kelsey?
Let's do it.
All
Thank you,
right.
Adam.
No problem. I need to know what I'm up against.
He wants a preview.
Yes.
All right. Well, before we get started, I will give you a warning. Please try to remember everything that we talk about in the quiz,
Okay.
because the last question, that could be a tiebreaker, will depend on your remembering.
Okay.
Can I have
Yes.
a piece of paper, please? I'd like to take some notes during this quiz.
Sure. I didn't tell you what to take notes on, but, whatever you want to write down that you think is relevant.
I'm ready.
The pen is poised.
All right, then. On to our first question. A which is not a horror movie and a beer brewed by the Phantom Carriage Brewery out of California. This is one of those ones where you just want to go straight to the multiple choice.
That's where I'm going. I need the multiple choice.
So your choices are The Devil Rides Out, Funny Games, Willard, or Twist of Cain, which is not a movie and a beer brewed by the Phantom Carriage. They are a very horror-centric brewery. They have other beers with names like Lugosi, if you can get that. That's a good old reference for the Dracula.
Oh, all right.
You don't know the Bela Lugosi?
He was the old Italian fella, right?
I just almost don't want to dignify that one.
Don't. Just let that go. Just,
Never even heard the Bauhaus song?
No.
Bela Lugosi's dead?
Sorry. Can't help you.
God.
Sorry.
Goddamn boomer.
Is it Willard?
It is not Willard.
What were the other 3 options?
Your choices are The Devil Rides Out, Funny Games, and Twist of Cain.
I'm going with Twist of Cain.
That is correct.
Really?
Yes.
Nice.
The other 3 are movies. The Devil Rides Out features Christopher Lee.
Okay.
Yeah. Also a Dracula at some point in his career, but also known as Count Dooku from the Star Wars movies. Funny Games is a relatively well-known horror movie that also had a remake starring Tim Roth. And Willard starred Crispin Glover and a bunch of rats.
Oh, okay.
Twist of Cain is a beer brewed by the Phantom Carriage, but it's a Danzig song.
Gotcha.
Danzig.
That would explain why you chose it.
Hell yeah. So we have Adam with a point.
Woo.
And you get the next question.
Let's hear it.
Anthro-Hophagus by Abomination Brewing, out of East Stroudsburg, Pennsylvania, is a play on the Italian horror film Anthropophagus. On the Abomination Brewing can, a man is maniacally eating hops and shoving them into his face. What is the man eating on the cover of the film Anthropophagus?
Multiple choice.
Okay. Your choices are a baby, his own intestines, hops, or a severed leg.
What was the name of the movie again?
Anthropophagus. And Anthro-Hophagus is the name of the beer.
I'm going to say his intestines.
That is correct. I know you've definitely not seen that movie.
No.
I don't think I've even seen that movie.
I don't know that I've heard of that movie.
I've seen it, though.
Oh, all right.
And I own it on DVD. So that's what we're dealing with.
Okay.
It's also known as the Grim Reaper, and they tore out a lot of the gore and effects. It is anthropophagus translates to man-eater or cannibal.
Okay.
And so the main villain of the story is a cannibal and eats a lot of people
Aha.
and kills them as
Okay.
well. On to the third question. This is yours, Kelsey.
Cool.
Which of these beers that is a play on the George A. Romero film title is produced in the correct state?
Oh, shit.
I'm going to need the options there.
I know. I'm not making this easy.
No.
So your choices are Dawn of the Red by Ninkasi Brewery, Dawn of the Dank by Old Town Brewhouse, Dawn of the Dead by Intangible Ales, or Dawn of the Dead by Conquest Brewing Company. Which is produced in the right state?
What was the first one again?
Dawn of the Red.
I'm going to go with that one. Dawn of the Red.
Dawn of the Red by Ninkasi Brewery is incorrect.
Ooh. Okay. What were the other three options? Because that was the one I was going to go with.
Dawn of the Dank by Old Town Brewhouse, Dawn of the Dead by Intangible Ales, or Dawn of the Dead by Conquest.
I'm going Dawn of the Dank.
Dawn of the Dank? Also incorrect.
Aw. Which one was it?
Dawn of the Dead.
Oh.
John, you know?
Sean? Oh.
John want to go down?
Oh, yeah. Oh, should have seen the spelling.
John want to go get some water ice? Yes, Ninkasi Brewery is out of Oregon.
Oh.
Old Town Brewhouse is out of Texas. Conquest Brewing is out of South Carolina. And Intangible Ales is out of Enola, PA, 10 minutes outside of Hershey, PA.
So out there.
Yeah, it's in PA, the correct
Yeah,
state.
yeah.
Okay. It's right near Pizza Boy.
I would assume so.
Yeah.
I would assume so.
I can't imagine Enola is that big.
It is not.
Cool. I'm doing so well on this.
No points. No points awarded.
For now.
Ooh, spicy. All right.
Fourth question.
Yes.
A lot of breweries think they're funny. Because
True.
of that, yes. Because of that, there's over 50 beers named Saison of the Witch. Who would not enjoy one of these beers?
I got to go multiple choice.
No.
Because I could just come up with a name.
Right. DJ Heidi Hawthorne, Winifred, Alexandra Medford, or Laurie Strode.
Alexandra Medford.
Okay, that is incorrect.
Okay.
I'm going to go with Winifred.
Also incorrect.
Okay.
Isn't that one of the Sanderson sister names from Hocus Pocus, though?
Would not enjoy a Saison of the Witch.
No, I thought you said would enjoy.
Not enjoy.
Oh.
Okay.
I
Yes.
misheard the question.
So the lady that I picked, what's her deal?
Alexandra Medford, that is the character played by Cher in Witches of Eastwick.
I knew that.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, Winifred, obviously played by
Hocus
Bette
Pocus.
Midler in Hocus Pocus.
One of my favorite movies for the season.
DJ Heidi Hawthorne is the character played by Sherry Moon Zombie in The Lords of Salem.
Okay.
Laurie Strode is Jamie Lee Curtis in Halloween.
Oh, all right.
Yes,
She would not enjoy such things.
because she's not a witch.
Witch.
Right.
She's a babysitter. Everybody else, a witch.
Silly Kelsey.
I didn't know that.
Well, now
sorry.
you know. You should be, if you're writing anything down right now, it should be movies to add to your watch list.
Right. I didn't know which witch was which.
Well done.
Thank you.
Kelsey, question 5.
Cool.
Which of these beers is not also a film franchise that features Lance Hendrickson?
Oh, this is a layup.
Yeah, absolutely. Can I have the multiple choice, please?
Yeah. Pumpkinhead by Shipyard, Terminator by McMenamins, Halloween by Gritty McDuff's, or Hellraiser by Sierra Nevada.
Which of these is not?
Yes, which of these is not a film franchise that Lance Hendrickson is in? Meaning he's appeared in 3 of these.
I'm going to go with Terminator.
And that is incorrect.
Can I just give you Steel Magnolias and hope for the best?
I can't prove that he's not in that as well. He's in everything. That was actually the hardest part of this question is vetting that he wasn't.
I'll say Hellraiser.
That is also incorrect.
No.
Is it Pumpkinhead?
Nope.
Oh, well. Halloween?
There you go.
Dang it.
All right.
Yes, Pumpkinhead, he's actually one of the main characters. He's the father who's...
Thought.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I know he's in Pumpkinhead and Hellraiser.
Yes, he's the father that actually incurs the wrath of Pumpkinhead.
Okay.
That, well, brings Pumpkinhead about to kill the kids that killed his kid. That's how that goes.
All right.
Yeah.
Terminator, he's a detective. Yeah, and gets killed in the scene where, Arnold says, I'll be back.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Hellraiser, he's in the 7th or 8th.
Oh, shit. Oh, okay.
Yeah. He's in the 8th. Yeah, that's the hard one. He's
right.
he's in the 8th Hellraiser film.
Yeah, that's the tripwire there.
Right. That's about the puzzle box being online, and you have to solve the puzzle box online.
Online?
Yeah. It's ridiculous. It's a ridiculous film.
Was that straight to DVD?
Oh, yeah.
Well, I said anything with Hellraiser and things that are online, they're getting way down the list.
Yeah. I think it was only the first 2, or no, it was the first 4 that got released in theaters.
And then they doubled their efforts, direct to VHS and DVD.
Right.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Pretty soon it will just be streaming on Sci-Fi.
Shudder. The 10th one actually might have just been straight to streaming because it came out last year.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Final question.
Okay.
This is to you, Adam.
Yes.
Assume you're boarding the Lewis and Clark on your way to investigate the reappearance of a starship that just appeared near Neptune. What beer should you liberate tutenme?
I'm going to need options.
All right. The Ex Machina by Back East Brewing, the Ex Inferis by Brisbane Brewing, the Ex Voto by Butcher's Tears, or the E Pluribus Lupulin by Gun Hill.
I don't know. Screw it. The Ex Machina.
That is incorrect.
Right. Yeah, because I don't know.
What are my other 3 options?
Ex Inferis by Brisbane Brewing, Ex Voto by Butcher's Tears, or E Pluribus Lupulin by Gun Hill.
I'm going to go with the Ex Voto.
That is also incorrect.
Cool.
Great.
What was the right answer, Steve?
The answer is Ex Inferis.
Oh, should have had that
Yeah,
one.
I mean, how did we
You
miss
really
that?
should have. Have neither of you seen the movie Event Horizon?
I haven't. So.
I actually have not.
That you're both missing out.
All right.
Write it down.
To watch.
That's on your Halloween to watch list.
RoboCop.
Event Horizon.
All of them.
Not all of them. You know how many RoboCop films there are?
I got weekends open.
We're talking about straight to video RoboCop Canadian. Yeah.
Nice.
There's like 6 or 7 RoboCop films. The phrase from Event Horizon is liberate tutenme ex inferis. Save yourself from hell.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
You'll find that out when you see the movie.
Oh, all right.
My
Not much
Latin's
of a
real
spoiler.
rusty.
Okay.
Not much of a spoiler, but.
All right.
So I believe we are.
I believe Kelsey has no points.
Yes, Kelsey has no points
Yeah.
and Adam has 2.
Great.
So we'll move on to the final question.
Great.
What was the one film mentioned throughout this segment that I did not see?
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Well, it's not Event Horizon. I know that much.
No, that's a good one.
That you did not see. Of
It's
those listed.
Of the ones that we talked about in this segment.
Seriously?
Yeah, that's why I said remember what we talk about in this
Oh,
segment.
right. Oh, okay.
You could have had notes out.
And they would have
Started taking
done
some
what?
notes.
You could have been writing down all the movies that we talked about.
And then take a random guess.
Right.
Kelsey, you go first.
No.
Damn it.
I'm thinking back. I'm trying to recall everything Steve said.
Well, I know it's not RoboCop.
Yeah, definitely not RoboCop.
It's not Terminator.
Nope, definitely not Terminator.
It's not Hellraiser 10 because he gave us the plot.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Or 8, because I
Or
also
8.
gave you the plot of that
Right.
one. I think 9 is the only one I don't remember. I know I've seen it, but I don't remember it.
Hellraiser. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, I didn't see the original. Skipped, went right to 3.
I knew it.
If they made a third one, it's got to be good.
It worked for Ninja Turtles. All right, Adam has registered the answer of. He's banking on that two points he already has.
Forward on your question. I don't know. I'll say Halloween.
Yeah, no, that's wrong.
I know.
But
I know.
Again, these are all things you should be writing down.
I'm gonna go with the
Things
devil,
to watch.
The Devil Rides Out.
Kelsey wins.
No shit.
Hey.
Yes, the very first movie I mentioned, The
Yeah.
Devil Rides Out, I didn't see.
Nice.
Yeah.
He didn't say a lot about it. That's why I was like,
Kelsey.
thank you. And it's one of the ones I wrote down. I
Damn.
actually took a note on it.
There you go.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yep.
He kind of like glazed over it. And he was like, oh, it's the guy, Chris Lee, the guy from Star Wars. And then went into like more detail with all the
Context
other ones. So
clues.
I was like, context clues.
Context clues.
Write
Kelsey
that
got
down.
it. Yeah. Kelsey's the big winner with 3 points.
Okay.
Because I decided that. Because she actually got it. I mean,
She
fuck.
did. Yeah. Come on. I can't even argue that.
Yeah.
Aw.
Although I will say I didn't say much of Funny Games either.
No.
Oh, okay.
Although I do really like that movie. I've never seen the original Swedish version, but I've seen the Tim Roth American remake,
Oh,
which is
okay.
really good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Speaking of really good,
To watch list.
Kelsey at this game.
Yeah.
Well executed.
Thank you.
Good
Thank
work,
you.
Kelsey.
I've met my
you.
match.
You Kelsey took notes. Kelsey
Right.
pays attention.
That's right.
Kelsey is an A+ student this evening.
Hurrah.
Cheers to Kelsey.
I got screwed on the final. That's all there is to it. Professor's out to get me.
That's true, too. Professor's always out to get you with
That's right.
with the intensity of questions.
What did we think of this Pumking Nitro?
Tastes like softer pumpkin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine. If you like pumpkin, you'll like this too.
Yeah.
And if you haven't had pumpkin, yeah, try this.
Yeah. Yeah. If you just like pumpkin beers, get it.
Oh yeah, if you like pumpkin
Yeah.
beers,
Definitely get it.
get pretty much any one of them except for the Rum King. I wouldn't start off with that one.
Yeah, don't.
No.
You gotta work up to the Rum King.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely get any variety of the pumpkin. I don't think you'll be disappointed, but I think there's different levels of enjoyment.
Right. I'm still all cold pressed. That's still my number one.
Yeah.
Ichiban.
You're Ichiban. Now I want sushi.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. But before we do that, I think we have to go to the podium.
Okay. Podium?
Podium.
Podium.
I'll go first. What the
Okay.
hell? I don't think I've done that in a while.
No.
No.
So I'll go first. In the bronze medal position, I am actually going to put the Belhaven Black, the Scottish Stout. I liked it. I thought it was good. These beers, I don't think there was a particularly bad one in the bunch. None of them really stand out in a bad way, I don't think. But the Belhaven Black was definitely the most straightforward of the three. I don't want to say basic because I don't think that's the right way of putting it, but I would say it is the simplest of the three. But unfortunately for Belhaven, the other two had some flavors and adjuncts that were really, really good, and it worked really, really well with the nitro carbonation on it. So for that, the Belhaven goes in the bronze medal position. In the silver medal position, I gotta go with the Southern Tier Pumking. It's really good. The reason that it's going in silver is because, well, like we had talked about earlier in the segment, is I think the Pumking itself is better without the nitro. Just good old-fashioned CO2, I think it makes the Pumking better. I think this is a slight step back from the original. However, it is still really good. So it goes in the silver medal position. In the gold medal position, the White Stout by Left Hand, this White Russian. Yeah, that's really good. This is a big hitter. It's good. It's delicious. It did everything it said it was going to do. It said it was going to be a White Russian, and it was a White Russian beer. Good, delicious, really smooth, really creamy. It played the best with the nitro, I think. I think the flavors complemented the nitro and vice versa, to be more perfectly honest. The nitro rounded it off really, really well. And so that makes it the gold medal beer for this episode.
I'll go next simply because same.
Okay.
I'm not going to draw it out. Same.
I'm gonna go third.
Okay.
I'm gonna say clean sweep tonight.
Is this where we put in horns and whistles and?
Yeah. Sure, I'll put something in.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
The American Gladiators theme.
Yes.
Nobody's using it.
It's back in the public domain.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. No, this left-hand White Russian white stout is just.
I really do want a lot more of that.
I want more of it, like instantly. It's just so creamy, so smooth. It's just so delicious.
Yeah, that's
Fine
That's
beer.
really killer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nice job, Left Hand Brewing.
Agreed.
good work.
Yeah. So clean sweep across the board.
Clean sweep.
Nice job, guys.
All right. Well, if you want to find us on social media, all you have to do is search Hop Nation USA, and that'll get you Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. And if you want to listen to brand new episodes of the Hop Nation USA podcast every Friday, as you should, then search Hop Nation USA on your favorite podcatcher like Stitcher, Podbean, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Player FM, Laughable, Overcast, Pocket Cast, Hot Pocket Cast, Lean Pocket Cast, Bremercast, Podcast.com,
All
Podchaser,
casts.
Pod Racing. And that's about it.
Okay.
But if you're on any of those platforms, leave us a 5-star review because...
We are a 6-widget show, but they only let us use 5.
And that's a bigger crime than having to cross state lines and pick up more White Russian.
True.
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 Bootlegging.
Yep. That deal's bootlegging, boy.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's episode 127. We'll be back with...
No, it is
No,
not.
It's 128.
Oh, fuck me.
Also, no.
That's episode 128.
Yes, and as a friendly reminder, if you want to pick up some merchandise, such as t-shirts or stickers, or anything that'll get us money, go to tpublic.com, look up Hop Nation USA. We got shit. Buy our shit.
Buy our shit, please.
Thank you.
Check it out. There might be, maybe, I can't prove it, but there might be a Halloween theme shirt up.
Maybe. I got more ideas percolating as well.
Yeah, I can't prove, but
Maybe.
Depends on how lazy I am.
Okay.
Stay tuned for your Halloween spooky gear from Hop Nation USA.
Yes. Pick up your spooky gear.
That's a damn fine sign off.